Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. We're just a few days past the election, and we are already headed into uncharted territories. Yes, we know Donald Trump. We really know him. We've had him around for 9 years, 4 years of him in office. Lots of things aren't new. But, and I say this from a place of some experience, there's some different stuff this time. And one of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who've kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America. Now, this is a model that's actually familiar across the world. It's pioneered and perfected by strongmen like Viktor Orban in Hungary and Recep Erdogan in Turkey, and of course, Vladimir Putin in Russia. All of these rulers have their little crew of corporate and industrial titans who often hold no official government titles, but do the work of the regime in ways large and small, legitimate and otherwise, in return for their access and special privileges, including squeezing the state coffers to line their own pockets. As The Atlantic's Franklin Foer puts it, the regime does the bidding of the billionaires, and in turn, the billionaires do the bidding of the regime. Power grows ever more concentrated as the owners and the corrupt leaders conspire to protect their mutual hold on it. In short order, this arrangement has the potential to deliver a double blow to the American system. It could undermine capitalism and erode democracy all at once. And you may say, and you would be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power, certainly more than the little guy in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before. Just look at Elon Musk.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm dark, gothic MAGA. America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing. Massive, crushing victory. Get everyone, friends, family, people on the street. Put the signs up, put the hat on. Let's go.
The wildly charismatic billionaire rocket and electric car magnate spent $130 million of his own wealth to get Trump elected. That alone is unheard of. I mean, as far as we have records of, no one's ever done that before. Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value to the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value, in order to turn the social media platform into a right-wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected. And it kind of worked. And not just to get Trump elected, but to make the world's richest man even richer.
Tesla among this week's biggest gainers on the S&P, up nearly 20%, fueled, of course, by the president-elect's victory. That surge resulting in a windfall for Elon Musk, who now has a net worth of $290 billion.
I mean, you see, right? You don't have to be, like, super sophisticated to see how, like, wildly corrupt this could be. Trump isn't even president yet, but the mere fact he will be has investors flocking to invest in Elon Musk companies because Musk is close to the prez. They know. In fact, they probably saw the Trump family photo from Mar-a-Lago celebrating the day after the election, a family photo that, interestingly, doesn't include Melania Trump, who I think is Donald Trump's wife the last time I checked. But there's Elon Musk. He gets the friends and family discount now. And while he's sitting on billions of dollars of government contracts to the point where the U.S. space program has become largely dependent on him, now he's going to be something approaching a kind of co-president. And if you think I'm exaggerating, here's what happened today.
A senior Ukrainian official confirms to Fox News that Elon actually joined a call on Wednesday between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Notable there that Elon was on one of those first calls the day after the election with Zelensky.
So when Donald Trump called Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Wednesday, right, probably one of the most consequential communications that could possibly happen, the wartime president that Trump asked to dig dirt on Joe Biden in exchange for American missiles, that guy, the first thing Trump was impeached for back in 2019, remember that guy? Okay. So when Trump calls Zelensky this week, and there's already been a bit of a record on these calls, Elon Musk was on the call too. He got to listen into negotiations between the president-elect and the head of state, and not just any head of state, but one reliant on Musk's generosity. As one official told Washington Post, Zelensky thanked Musk for the Starlink terminals Ukraine relies on for much of its military communications amid Russia's ongoing invasion. Now, I'm not saying it's a shakedown like the infamous phone call in 2019. I'm just saying that if Donald Trump and Elon Musk wanted to shake down the Ukrainian president, that would be how it starts. Probably worth remembering that headline from 2 weeks ago when the Wall Street Journal revealed that Musk has also been secretly having phone conversations with Russian President Vladimir Putin since late 2022. Probably just a coincidence. Now, late this evening, Trump's team tried to downplay the story. A single source telling NBC News that Musk just happened in on the call with Zelensky. His brief participation wasn't planned. Maybe that's true. I don't know, but that's kind of the point, right? This guy, the world's richest man who spent more than $100 million to get Trump elected, is just kind of around, and he can walk in the room when the president-elect is on the phone with the world leader. This is a guy no one voted for in any election. We've not really ever seen anything like this in American politics. Yes, America has had robber barons. It's had plutocrats, politically connected captains of industry. But I don't think we've quite ever gotten this, the world's richest man fashioning himself into a shadow minister of the president with a growing monopoly over information and American technology. And again, it's not just Musk. It's not going to be an oligarchy of one. I mean, Trump has long been looking for a posse. Remember back in the spring when he brought all the oil executives to Mar-a-Lago and promised them good times and lax regulations if they would back his election campaign with $1 billion. They passed at the time, but I bet their thinking has evolved this week. There's plenty of billionaires jockeying for status in Trump's stable of oligarchs, hoping to be the government behind the government, especially big tech billionaires like Musk. As 4 of The Atlantic puts it, there's a distinct twist to the aims of the big tech oligarchs. They don't simply want to insulate themselves from regulators and courts. Ultimately, they want to exploit their relationship with the government in order to supplant it. They want to be the ones who gain control of programs and systems that were once the purview of the state. Their alliance with Trump is, at bottom, a power grab.